Hello there everybody, Martin Pavey here. Hope that you're having a fantastic day and welcome back to the channel. I've got a beautiful vista for you today on a different side of the village that I haven't recorded that very much, and normally I would just walk through the village and go up through the lovely old cottages, but there's a busy main road outside where I live, and if you turn left you go along that main road and up the hill where I look at a very nice house where friends of mine used to live way back when. We've got a lovely video for you today on not over, not round or under, but through. That's the video today. But before we continue with that, please do, if you like this content, like, subscribe and share to spread these very important messages. There are some times that there are things that you just have to do in life that, as my therapist said to me in our session last week, you know, the thing is, Martin, this work, sometimes it just sucks. And it does. Sometimes it's painful. And I found myself in the last couple of days, I have to say, feeling rather irritated by things, and, you know, to use common modern parlance, giving away my power. And it didn't feel good. It didn't feel good being angry and resentful and critical of people. And I had a very good session today where I offloaded a lot of this irritation, because the key in all of this, there are cars, there's a road behind. The key to all of this is actually allowing yourself to go through this very difficult stuff, because there's no way of circumventing it. There's no way that you're going to come out better by avoiding the stuff that's troubling you. And believe me, there's plenty of stuff that we all need to sort out in our lives, and going through the dark nights and admitting to yourself where you are in life and what you want to do and how you're going to get there can sometimes just be really challenging. You think, good God, how am I going to be able to manage this? But the only way is through. The only way is through. There's no way of avoiding the things that you feel, things that have happened. And obviously I do not advocate for living life in regret, but sometimes you have to be brave. You have to be courageous enough to admit often, actually, that you need help. None of us can do the really challenging stuff on our own. And I mean, ironically enough, in my session today, and this is how I've been feeling for the last few days, that by being so irritated by people and, you know, being very judgmental, frankly, of having this fantasy of just going to a stone cottage in the middle of absolutely nowhere in a field with no noise, no craziness, no busyness. You're just being able to commune with yourself. It feels like a daydream. It feels like a really nice idea. But the truth is that you have to bring yourself back down to earth. You have to allow yourself to have stillness in your life and to integrate everything that's happening, because every experience that you have, it does become a part of you, and you can't keep attacking yourself, because that's all that you're doing. What you say and what you think and what you do has absolutely no bearing. It has nothing to do with other people. It just doesn't. And it sometimes feels like, oh, if I could just sort out that person, then my life would be better. And if I could make this situation like this rather than the way it is, then somehow things will magically improve. And obviously, if you say that out loud to yourself, you'll realize just how ridiculous you will sound and how ridiculous a notion that is. Because even now that I'm in the countryside and there are far fewer people than there were in London, obviously, if you've got an idea in your head that you're just not willing to shift, then people outside of you and how you view them how you relate with them is it is never going to match. You know, because other human beings have this terrible habit of being their own people. They have this terrible habit of being individuals and doing as they will. They're going to do it, and there's nothing that you can do about that except how you respond to things. So going off into a field on your own, if you believe, actually, now that I've taken this walk today in a far more calm and steady and peaceful way, if you've got all these voices in your head, you're never going to escape them. You can never outrun yourself. And you can't compete with yourself either. One of the big things that actually came up in my session with my therapist today was how I'm constantly trying to prove points to myself, prove things to myself, and degrading myself all the time. And it's such a ridiculous fight, because you haven't got a point to prove to yourself. You just haven't. And for me, the quest in life is not about proving people wrong or defying all the odds and being triumphant or whatever. It's actually about finding those things that are uniquely you and doing those things. And my therapist and I talked about a particular route that I might walk today. And I said, well, the thing is, I won't do that today, because I want to leave a lot of time to do that walk properly, so that I can do it peacefully and not be a sweating, melting wreck of a man by the time that I get to the top of the hill completely breathless and sort of harassed, and not in a good mood. And I said, look, no, the thing is, before I go out for my walk, I'm going to get some of the work done that I would ordinarily leave for after my walk. So I've already done some more of my jigsaw puzzle, which is very, very satisfying. I've already written some more of my new book, and I'm also on there's lots of stuff happening at the moment. There's a lot of stuff happening, and wherever you are in the world, life, there's always stuff to do, and there's always stuff that you potentially could feel bad about. But that's why you have to integrate things, and you have to move through the world nice and peacefully, take it all in, absorb it. And a great phrase that I'm ashamed to say I have heard many times, but very rarely actually practiced properly, is my therapist said, wherever you are, be there. And it's radical advice, because I've had cars coming past, and you can, even I'm actually good at recording these videos, but even I can feel self-conscious. But do you know the amazing thing? There was one car that passed just a little while ago, and this lovely lady in the passenger seat, the front passenger seat, and she looked at me as I was doing this and just gave me the most enormous smile. So all these things in your head, not that it matters what other people think, but all of these things in your head about feeling self-conscious and oh God, am I allowed to record here? All these different things that you could worry about, none of them are true. None of them are true. You create the drama in your life. And I certainly, oh my gosh, I certainly create so much drama in my life that it's no wonder I don't get things done. But now, as I have left my flat, I am the man that has already done my writing for the day. And I can enjoy this walk, and I will be present in the walk, because I won't be thinking, oh, I've got to do that when I get home, and I've got to do this, but I've already prepared food for when I arrive back home. I have already written the book. I've already done some more jigsaw puzzle, because it's so important. And this is a massive, massive lesson about going through things and not avoiding. It's starting and finishing. And I've been a great starter, but I've also been a terrible abandoner of things. and you have to go. You go through all of this stuff. Don't live in regret, but learn the lesson that when you start something, if you have the right mentality and you follow through, present. Oh, camera shaking. It is a bit windy today, so I'm sorry if there's a lot of background noise, but finish. Get things done. Go through it. That's what makes you a stronger person. That's what makes you more productive. That's what makes you a better person. More satisfied, happier, contented. Please do it. Thank you very much for listening. Martin Pavey here. If you've liked this, then please do like and subscribe and share to spread this very important message. And I will see you on the next video tomorrow. Ciao for now.